There's no such thing as a good AAA. I think that the time of AAA is running very short. I don't think there's a game publisher out there who wants to make a quadruple A game for whatever that means. I'm presuming it means production costs that are running. Well, Grand Theft Auto 6 apparently been rumored to have cost Rockstar about £500 million. Hi everybody, and welcome to episode 144 of High Scores, High Stakes, the podcast that's not about the present of games, nor the past of games, but it's also about the future of games. I'm your host as always, Mr. Lava, and with me are my co-hosts.
Hi Mr. Lovely, it's Cardinal here. Did you just say and the past of games?
Yeah.
Because I'm listening and I'm hungry.
Are we talking about Italian RPGs now? Is this the future of gaming here?
IRPGs. Yeah, be here for it or just be left behind.
Yeah, that's it. We're at the forefront of innovation here at High Scores, High Stakes. It's Tomahawk here. Guys, how are we doing? We're back in a new year and talking about more games, it seems.
Yeah, I'm here for a piece of the action.
That's kind of why we're here. The only thing that's perturbed me is I'm pretty sure Cardinal called me Mr. Lovely. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
It's a new year,
Mr.
a new man.
But anyway, yes, what are we going to discuss here, folks? What we're discussing, very, very simply, is a tradition here at High Scores, High Stakes, where we talk about the games that we may or may not play in 2026. These are the games that we are looking for, that we have all the best intentions of playing through the year 2026. That's what we're here to talk about. The episode will be shorter than normal because, let's be honest, we haven't played these games. We can't spend too much time talking about them. And we may never play these games. But anyway, before we get into the topic of the night, let's tell everyone what we are and what we do here. Because as we all know by now, Cardinal, every episode is somebody's first episode. So we are High Scores, High Stakes. When in season, we are the internet's only competitive PlayStation podcast where myself, Cardinal, and Tomahawk here compete against one another in a 12-week-long league of PlayStation gaming challenges. Every week we pick a game and play a challenge in that game. Whoever wins a challenge gets 3 points. Second place gets 2 points. Third place gets 1 point. Whoever tops the league after 12 weeks wins the coveted High Scores, High Stakes Cup. Season 6 is coming. When we're off season, like right now, we talk all things PlayStation, all things gaming in our SideQuest series, where it's basically a brand new podcast for your ears every single week. And the last Monday of every month is Game of the Month Club. That is where we pick a game, play it throughout the month, and then come back here to deep dive review that game.
Yeah.
Last game of the month was a pretty good one. It was a very good one. It was Cardinal Smith's Game of the Year 2024. It was Astro Bot. So if you haven't checked it out, because of the festive period, there's no better time than the present. Finish this episode first, and then instantly start Astro Bot Game of the Month. And that is who we are, and that is what we do. Usually, I ask you, gentlemen, what are you playing? But in our Christmas episode, we told everyone what we were going to be playing over the Christmas period. So, rather than me ask you guys it, I'm throwing that question out to our listeners, to the audience. Leave a wee comment and tell me, what are you playing? What has filled your festive period with fun frolics, or maybe anger and despair as the game you so desperately wanted was dreadful? Tell us in the comments below. Leave a comment. What have you been playing over Christmas? You know what we've been playing. Now we want to know what you've been playing. If you don't want to leave a comment, jump into the Discord. The link is in the link tree. It will be in the description of this episode, right down below. That means, with the housekeeping out of the way, and what are you playing out of the way, that means it is time to get into the meat of the episode, gentlemen. And that is the games coming in 2026 that we are most looking forward to. Let's not waste anyone's time any further, and let's get to the conversation. Okay, gentlemen, games in 2026 that we are most looking forward to. First and foremost, during the research for this episode, I noticed one thing about 2026. It is absolutely stacked. There are games coming out so frequently. It is absolutely terrifying. I think January alone has like 22 games coming out.
Crazy.
Which is insanity. And obviously, there's going to be a lot of compression, I think, this year of game releases because of the big foreboding spectre that hangs over 2026.
The elephant in the future room, I suppose we'll call
Which is, of course, Grand Theft Auto 6. So let's talk about Grand Theft Auto 6, okay? This is the most anticipated game, not of 2026, but I would say it's probably the most anticipated game of the last decade. I mean, we are now, 13 years out from GTA 5?
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Everyone basically is like, where's GTA 6? When are we getting GTA 6? Can we just get confirmation of GTA 6? I'm still not convinced that it's even going to come out in 2026. We've had two pushbacks already.
Mm-hmm.
No trailers since the original launch.
There's been
it worries me when like a game doesn't announce that it's gone gold.
There's been 2 trailers.
2 trailers. We got the scenery trailer, then we got the story trailer. That's right. Sorry, yes, but there's no talk about this. They haven't done it. Rockstar, like, yay, GTA 6 gone gold. We're good guys.
Because Rockstar never do this stuff. Rockstar do the same sort of pattern every single Grand Theft Auto. Initial, trailer that shows the environment is going to take place in, and then it ends with the GTA whatever logo. The second one introduces the characters, and then the final one is usually the character walking through different locations in the game.
Oh, yes.
And then they just release it. Like, I don't recall ever really seeing Grand Theft Auto or any Rockstar game being announced at like the Game Awards or E3 or anything really like that. They do things in a wee timeline. I don't know. I think we'll see it. I think we'll see it this year. I think the time has come. The world's ready for it.
Personally, I think we'll see the game. I think they'll release the game, put it out there. Maybe not on PC.
No,
well,
not at all.
Definitely not coming on PC because they only announced it for consoles. So PC is always a couple of months to a year behind on these things. Always.
Maybe a year. And I think online features had a problem at
Broken
GTA
day
5.
1 is what they're going to announce it. Broken day 1. And we're going to just have to deal with story modes in this big immersive map. That's where we're at.
I think they're going to do exactly the same thing that they did for Red Dead Redemption 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5, which is release the single player story mode released online about a month later and then deal with it then. That's what I think is going to happen here. But I will say one thing about Grand Theft Auto 6. I do not like Grand Theft Auto Online. However, I am a big fan of Grand Theft Auto single player campaigns because they're always great.
They're always phenomenal. They're always like a good driving story. The online stuff I never got interested in. And even when we did GTA 5 challenge episode, it was like, this is a bit sensory overload for me.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5 is a funny one because I think the running joke isn't it? The PlayStation 2 had 3 Grand Theft Autos. Grand Theft Auto 5 has had 3 PlayStations. But I remember buying that on the Xbox 360, and I think I 100%ed the campaign in that game. It took me 86 hours. I have never felt the need to go back to the single player campaign. I got literally everything the game had to offer me. Do I regret any of it? Absolutely not, because it was a great experience. Will I buy Grand Theft Auto 6 day one? Probably. If it is going to release at the rumored £100, absolutely not.
But this is what they're saying. This is like the quadruple A game that they're releasing now. This will be like the first, but this will be the first of its kind, and this will be what the internet decides to call it. Like,
there's no such thing. I remember, was it Microsoft made a big announcement about quadruple A games, and wasn't Perfect Dark? Was that not marketed as a quadruple A game? It's a vaporware. There's no such thing as a quadruple A. I think that the time of triple A is running very short. I don't think there's a game publisher out there who wants to make a quadruple A game, for whatever that means. I'm presuming it means production costs that are running. Well, Grand Theft Auto 6 apparently been rumored to have cost Rockstar about £500 million. No publisher in the world. Where's the ROI on that one? Let's get on LinkedIn and ask, where's the ROI?
Because LinkedIn, show me the ROI of GTA 6 right now, please. What's your total cost of ownership, please?
Yeah. Where's the investment plan? Show me these numbers. How are these numbers numbering? How's the mathing for you? It just won't. It just won't. I saw this interesting breakdown of 2025 and games buying habits of people. So basically, if you bought 3 new games in 2025, you belong in a group of 4% of players. 4%. Most people bought less than 4 games this year. and that's the way the world works. And the average cost of games that people bought, $39.99. So this here, everyone's going to be charging £80 for a game. They can do that all they want. Stats are saying that most people ain't banning them. Most people aren't banning them. And
guys,
I think we'll see. I think coming very soon, we'll see the AA game come back, and that's only a good thing for gaming. But no, Grand Theft Auto 6 is obviously one most people listening to this episode will expect us to talk about. Consider this us having talked about it. Now let's talk about the games that we're actually going to be playing. Okay, let's talk about the games we're all looking forward to. Something a bit different, a bit beyond Grand Theft Auto 6. Who wants to go first? What is the first game that you're looking forward to playing in 2026, gentlemen?
I'm going to go first. I'm going to take the floor on this. 007 First Light.
Let's go.
There's something about the reveal trailer for me that kind of piqued my interest, and it was very unexpected as well. This was announced, I think we got story trailers at Summer Game Fest, if memory serves.
No, it was September in the State of Play.
Oh, was it the State of Play? And then that's right, because they had the big deep dive with the voice actor and the motion capture actor and stuff for and it's another Irish Bond.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. It was September, State of Play specifically for it.
I feel as if it's done by the same people who make the Hitman as well. So
IO Interactive, yeah.
Kind of feels like we're getting a little bit of a Hitman reskin, but with Bond. But the more I'm watching stuff and the more I'm invested in the journey prior to release, I'm this could just be fun. This could be a bit more accessible, because the Hitman games are fine. I don't mind them, but Bond is just that much more accessible franchise, and I feel as if it's been a long time coming since we've had a good Bond game.
I genuinely can't remember the last Bond game I played. I think it might have been Quantum of Solace,
I'm sorry, has there been a Bond game since
usually they're all the garbage movie tie-ins, and then you've got I remember the PS2 had Nightfire, and
there was loads of them on PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 when EA held the license, because of course there was. But the last one, there was Quantum of Solace. I remember playing that. It was a movie tie-in, I think is the best way you can describe that game. There was one, I don't know if it was before or after Quantum of Solace. I think it was called 007 Legends.
Yeah, it was the Daniel Craig repackaged games. It was around 2006, 2007. I remember this one because it was just after he'd done Casino Royale, and they just basically remade the GoldenEye game, but with Daniel Craig as Daniel Craig in it,
pretty much. Yeah. Okay, so but Bond is one. It's a strange one. He seems like a slam dunk for a video game franchise. It shouldn't be this difficult to make a James Bond game, but here we are. I agree with you. I think Nightfire looks really good. Plus, Lenny Kravitz is playing the villain, which is...
That's right, yeah. It just blew my mind. And the first one of the trailer for us as well, because it's it starts off, he's upside down, and then he's in the crocodile pit, and then the camera swoops up as well. But it gives you loads of, it's not just a run and gun game. It's not this cover-based shooter that people might think it's going to be. It's actually going to have stealth elements, and you can bluff your way through things if the stealth kind of fails, and there's a whole lot of cool different mechanics that run and gun is the last resort, because you're meant to be a renowned spy not a renowned spy, it's just it's effectively his first mission, isn't it? The way they're
he's not even 007.
He's not even in 007 status, so straight out of the Navy and basically into this line of work then. So I'm intrigued to see where they go with the story, and I'm intrigued to see how like these gameplay mechanics, like this bluff mechanic or your hacking and that kind of stuff plays out in real time.
Yeah.
Before I effectively just shoot my way out of every situation. The Uncharted approach, I like to call it.
Yeah. So 007, I'm looking forward to that as well. I don't know if I'll buy it day one, but it's definitely a game I'll definitely pick up at some point in 2026 to play it, because I like James Bond games a lot. I played a lot of them way back when the PlayStation 1 had a few third-person James Bond games that were pretty fun. But yeah, 007, what's it called?
First Light.
Okay, Cardinal, I'll throw the mic over to you then. What's one game you're looking forward to in 2026?
Okay, so you might not even know about this or heard about it. Maybe you have. It doesn't have a set release date. Mm-hmm. It was supposed to be 2025, but in classic of this developer's way, it is set for 2026. It's called Light o' Fire, and it's from a little company called Halo Games that do No Man's Sky.
Okay, yeah.
This is their next game. This is their sort of thing they're actually going to want to charge you for, as opposed to these Sean Murray free No Man's Sky updates. But it's a game. I'll read this description. A game about adventure, building, survival, and exploration together, set on a fantasy planet the size of Earth.
Okay.
So it's a giant scale, major giant scale, with the promise of actual multiplayer, which No Man's Sky has now, but we kind of remember 2016.
Remember. The lies.
So it's an online co-op that is essentially what No Man's Sky would maybe be now 10 years later, if they could build it again, which is what they're doing.
Okay. So the next evolution of No Man's Sky is what we're hearing here.
Essentially. And maybe this time.
Maybe
it'll be released.
It'll live up to the hype. Well, here, if anyone can do it, it's Hello Games, right?
This is the redemption arc.
Let's be honest. Bring back Joe Danger. That's what I say. Hello Games. Joe Danger. Let's go. Right. Beyond those two games, one game I want to shout out for. Now, this is a heart over head choice here. That's all I'm going to say.
The best choice to make.
Okay. So the first game I am quite looking forward to tentatively. It's a game I know I'm going to end up pulling the trigger on and buying and playing. And I can only hope that it's going to be somewhat decent. I can only hope it's going to be better than Dino Break. That's the one true hope. I am, of course, talking about Team Kill Media's Code Violet, which is being marketed very much as a survival horror game that is a spiritual successor to the one, the only. Capcom don't want to talk about it. I'll never stop talking about it. Dino Crisis. It is a survival horror set on an island.
I love this. If he can't play Dino Crisis, he's going to get a bloody reskin of Dino Crisis somewhere done by an indie developer. I
mean, I am going to read you the description of this game, okay?
Bring it home. Come on.
In the 25th century, a cataclysm has left Earth uninhabitable, driving humanity survivors to Trappist 1E, face an extinction due to sterility. The Aeon colony harnesses cutting-edge time travel technology to abduct women from the past to be surrogates in a dark yet desperate bid to save mankind. But their mission conceals a sinister conspiracy. As Violet Sinclair, torn from your time, you awaken the Aeon bioengineering complex, swarming with ferocious, prehistoric dinosaurs and hostile forces. Carefully manage your inventory, uncover Aeon's dark secrets, fight to survive, and escape during a chaotic evacuation protocol. It looks pretty darn good, to be fair to it. It does look decent. Team Kill Media's track record is patchy, but one thing I will say, I'm getting deja vu from all of our discussions of Silent Hill 2 before it released, this game could be an absolute banger or it could be an absolute stinker. And I don't think there's going to be much wiggle room in the middle. Am I going to be there for it? Absolutely, I am.
You do know when this comes out? Yeah, what date this is?
Yeah, it's like February or January 10th, isn't it?
All right. Well, I'm looking at the. It was originally meant to be out 12th of December.
It was also
2025.
It was also originally meant to be out in October.
Oh God! So it's one of those ones that may never happen.
No, it's definitely happening. It's really far on. This game will come out. Whether or not it'll be good and worth the wait, we'll find out in January the 10th, 2026, when I buy it and stream it live on twitch.tv/highscores.
Incredible.
Get in.
No, I don't know. It does look decent. I think I've been crying for a remake of Dino Crisis for the best part now of 20 years. So it just seems remiss of me when a spiritual successor, a game that is self-confirmed spiritual successor to it, I can't ignore it. I have to support it, and I will support it.
I'm just looking at some screenshots for it. I mean, it's got everything. It's got underground facility. It's got dinosaurs in jars of goo. It's got a creepy cathedral.
It's got
dinosaurs. It's got everything.
It's got everything you need. Just buy this game, folks. Okay,
support your indies, guys.
Okay,
this is all
that's my first
big
pick.
concerted effort just to encourage Capcom from Mr. Lovely here.
If they keep making these jank knockoffs, then they'll be force their hand to re-release it.
Exactly. So Code Violet is my first pick. We'll pick one or two more, gentlemen. What's your next ones, Tom?
It was announced at the Game Award. Well, we knew it was happening, but we got our first cinematic trailer and gameplay mix as well at the Game Awards. I'm very much looking forward to this one. We now have a 2026 release window. It is Control Resonant. And I kind of wanted to figure out what we were doing. Yeah. I kind of wanted to figure out what Remedy were going to do with Control 2. And now that I know that we've left the Bureau, we are into the streets of Manhattan. It's going kind of open world in this instance now. Yeah. And some of the mechanics that they were talking about were it's choice-based RP. Your skill trees are going to be choice-based for what you do in the game, and how you go about doing stuff unlocks pathways as opposed to skill point and buy that thing. So if you're a good guy, you're going to get good guy perks. If you're a bad guy, you're going to get bad guy perks.
Yeah.
I'm quite interested to see how they're going, and they've got this nice, rather than just play Jesse, who was a bit of a two-dimensional character, Dylan has a lot more flesh to put out in this grand scheme of things, and they're just going to blow it wide open with their visuals if the trailer from the Game Awards is anything to go by.
Yeah, it looks really good. I like the way the service weapon is now melee as well.
Yeah, it's like twin katanas, or it's a massive hammer. So it's going to have multiple sort of play styles, multiple melee options, different enemy types, and I think Dylan's character is going to have a great arc in this one.
Yeah,
as opposed to just being the possessed prisoner.
Yeah. It can't be as bad as FBC Firebreak. Let's be honest here.
I think, for what FBC Firebreak was, fine. Whereas this one, where the Bureau has fallen effectively from what we're looking at, and it's spilled out into Manhattan. And then they've just described the big bad as a cosmic entity who can warp reality. So basically, we're playing Inception, the game, is what I'm kind of getting vibes of. So,
well, the big bad has always been a cosmic entity.
But this one seemed like he's not bound by an object of power in this instance. I feel as if it's just going to be untethered, uncontrolled, chaos.
Yeah,
in an open world environment.
It does look decent. The trailer for it showed very well at the Game Awards. Let's hope they fix the maps. That's all I will say.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it does look. It looks really good,
and it's the fact that it was 2026. Boom, there you go.
Yeah, the tentative 26. But yeah, Remedy are pretty sharpish on their game releases.
Yeah, they don't like push out unless absolutely necessary. They're quite good with their release windows.
Unless they're fairly sure the game is ready. Cardinal, what's your next one, mate?
I'd like to pick. I like a racing game. Okay.
No.
I like racing games, and there's a few, potentially coming out on the PS5 2026. One we heard recently was Star Wars Galactic Racer.
Oh yes. Let's go.
Which may, it's like, I don't know which way that one's going to go either, because it could be really bad or have no interest in it whatsoever, or it could be really good. But left field, and you'll not have heard of this one because it's from iRacing Studios, which is a major PC sim racing publisher or developer. But they're releasing an IndyCar game for the PS5 and other consoles. But it's made by iRacing.
Okay.
So that allows me to use a wheel and pedals and race Indy cars, which is just US Formula One.
Yeah.
With more yeehaw. I'm kind of excited because iRacing are like the pinnacle of simulation racing on PC. So
okay. So IndyCar racing.
IndyCar. It's just called IndyCar.
Interesting. Yeah. That is very interesting. I used to love
or Star Wars Galactic
games.
Racer.
Star Wars Galactic Racer was what I was going to shout out to because I really like the Star Wars Racer franchise. I really liked the original one on the Dreamcast, the superior version. I really liked Racer's Revenge on the PlayStation 2. It was an underrated game. It's also available on PSN, PS Plus on the Classics catalog. Well worth checking out. It's a good franchise. I really don't think beyond the handheld, there's not been a really bad entry in that franchise. It's too deep now.
No, yeah. I mean, a hark back to Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 2. You had swoop bike mini games within those games too. But there's a history there that might be great. So I might consider that.
Yeah, I'm glad you shouted it out because it means I don't have to anymore, which means I can draft in one that just fell short of my list of three here.
Capcom.
Okay, that's it. Another Capcom title. If it's a fighting collection, I'm not going to be surprised either.
My next one is Romeo is a Dead Man by Suda51. This is the one that they showed.
Left field.
This is the one they showed in Summer Games Fest, I believe it was. It is a typical Suda51 game. If you don't know who Suda51 is, he is Grasshopper Studios. He's the man who's come up with some of the weirdest franchises of all time. All of his games are kind of stylish 3D action games. This one looks to be very, very, very similar. This one seems to be another time travel story thing. This seems to be the theme of my 2026. Everything's going to be time travel. But no, it looks really funny. This is the trailer from Summer Games Fest started with a family having breakfast and then one of them getting sucked into the TV via an advert, and then it was all like really trippy, and it just looks great. Suda51 is really, really, really good. He made like a Mad World on the Wii. He made No More Heroes and all that sort of business. So he did. Track record's good. I like the look of this game. I like the sound of this game. I'll read you the description of it. Super bloody action, crazy twists, and turns to blow players' minds, and a whole mess of kind of stereotypical gimmicks all rolled into one wild ride. Our hero, Romeo Stargazer, is a man stuck between life and death. His own was saved mere seconds before the end by way of a time paradox that shattered the space-time continuum, which was created by a genius scientist screwing around. Now Romeo is FBI space-time special agent Deadman. Sporting a rad mask called Dead Gear, he must hunt space-time's most wanted fugitives through multiple universes. That sounds amazing. It sounds like No More Heroes. Only in space and time. And I'm here for it.
That sounds like bedlam, and I can't wait to hear you talk about it. in
I am
depth
here for it.
when you pull the trigger on it.
This one comes out February the 11th. I feel that one may just be a day one for me because it's got everything: stylish 3D action, time travel, kill people. Let's go. Give me no more heroes. Give me more heroes.
It looks so, like, I've got a couple of screenshots of it now. For like a typical kind of Japanese over the top anime, the first picture I see is very drab and grey, but the protagonist is still in the big shiny bold primary colors as well.
Yeah.
So it looks a little bit different, but right up your street, to be quite honest.
Can't wait for it. Genuinely can't wait for it. It looks great. The trailer just hit perfectly fine with me. I was like, yep, this is exactly the sort of game that they don't make anymore. But that's my second one. Romeo is a dead man. So let's go into, shall we make this our last week pick? So make it a good one, gentlemen. Tomahawk, what's your third pick?
My third pick is a game that I think I've talked about every time we've done a games to look forward to this year episode. I think I pegged it for my 2025 release. I'm pegging it for my 2026 release. This is a game everyone thought didn't actually exist. We have a release date of September 2026. Right. I am, of course, talking about Phantom Blade Zero.
Yes, man.
Like, honestly, this has been like brewing in the background. I watched a video that someone about a couple of months ago said they got flown out to China, to Beijing, to go and play 3 hours of the game under like super strict, security measures. They got to play all the different fighting styles. I thought we were just going to get like a Souls-like from a Chinese company making their first ever game. This is so much deeper than just basic Souls-like mechanics. They've gone and motion captured like 50 like martial art experts with like 200 odd plus weapon styles, stances, the works. This seems like it's going to have the most like in-depth combat system any game will ever see.
Yeah, agreed.
Kind of retaining like a old school, like the first Devil May Cry kind of fighting format.
Yeah.
But just ramped up to 11.
I think it might be more Neo than Devil May Cry. That's the sort of vibes I'm getting with it. I think it might be more Neo. I think it might be more difficult than they're letting on. It might be like, is it Wukong? Is that what it's called? Like that style of game, which seems to be, there's a lot of games from China that are coming in that sort of mold, but it looks incredibly good. It really looks stylish.
Do you remember the original trailer that came out?
Yeah.
It was like 2 years ago or something. And it was like, what are you going to do with 60 days to live? And then we got what a lot of it was like alpha footage, if I remember. It was all in-game, all happening. That doesn't look like, as we've progressed and seen more trailers and stuff, it looks as good, if not better, than what it did maybe 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah, it looks great.
We have a release date now. I am so excited for this game, and like I think this might be a day one purchase. 100% a day one purchase.
What date is it?
The 16th of September.
Ooh, just
9th of September. The 9th of September.
Lovely.
And it's PC and PlayStation.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks great. I think it looks really, really good, to be fair to it. Phantom Blade Zero, I actually forgot that game existed.
PlayStation, sure. Yeah, but this is it. Everyone thought this was like a Gen AI VT to drum up interest and like fund the studio to actually go and make the game. No, the game was pretty much like, I say it already stayed 2 years. Like that's a long, long time. Like, but May 2023 was the first time we saw that trailer.
Yeah.
And then there was radio silence for a full year, and then we got a little bit more, and then people started like creators started to get like permission to play the game and how it's going to work. It's just, if it's as good as the early reviewers and the early playtesters are saying, it might change the game and like how these fighters are, like these ranking fighter combo type games are played.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Spot on.
If they pull it off.
Sony have put an awful lot of trust and backing into this one, so I trust Sony to be fair, implicitly with games that they choose to market. They seldom miss. To be honest.
Seldom miss.
Anyway, Cardinal, what's your third and last pick for games you're definitely going to be playing in 2026? No questions asked. This is
a commitment right now. Yeah.
This is an official, lawful contract between you and the game developers / publishers.
Let me tell you about the real lack of grand strategy games coming out in 2026 that I see. So I got to find something else to play. So why not go back to my roots, way back, and pick up Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis.
Oh,
what?
I'm glad you said it and not love it. What? Actually, that's a great shout.
That was my next pick. I don't know if it was dated though. Was it?
It just said 2026.
Okay,
they packaged it with like the new one for 27 as well. Yeah,
we are getting 2 high budget Tomb Raider games within 12 months of one another. This is what an incredible time. I'd like to think. Sorry, Cardinal, I'm cutting you off here and I'm getting in your way. I'd like to think that this is only happening because Square Enix Crystal Dynamics watched our Game of the Month episode on Tomb Raider 1 and went, wonder what? This is the passion and vibe, and that we need to make a new Tomb Raider game. And why stop at 1? Let's make 2.
You're welcome, everyone.
I mean, you're welcome, guys. Yeah, I'm in the closing credits as a special thank you. Tom's not there because he didn't really put in the work, because not half as much as I did. But yeah, anyway, sorry, Cardinal, going ahead.
No, I mean, look at the high definition quality of which I can see Lara Croft die in many, many different ways in 2026. It's going to be amazing. But like a reboot of the first game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the original Tomb Raider. Yep.
So I just, why not? Why not?
So
I really suck at Tomb Raider, but I think I could.
But are they going to do it as like harken back to the original, where it's like you have to now shimmy yourself in position and make sure the angles are right? Are they going to do it like a full?
It's a complete another reimagining of the original.
Yeah, it just felt very shadow droppy without actually still putting it like 12 months in advance. Say, but it just felt completely out of nowhere.
Yeah, because everyone I think was we have Tomb Raider. There has been a rumor of Tomb Raider Anniversary getting remade a few years ago, and then Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 came out, and those rumors disappeared completely. So this is essentially a reimagining of an original game. Although one thing before I throw the mic back to Cardinal here, one thing I will say: did you notice what scene was in that announced trailer, gentlemen? Some might call it one of the 30th most iconic moments in PlayStation history. I'm, of course, talking about the T-Rex.
The T-Rex, right at the end. Absolutely.
Yeah. And they left it to the end because they know it was featured recently in our 30 most iconic moments in PlayStation history. And it is iconic. And
that's why they had to include it.
They had to include it. Again, Crystal Dynamics saw that episode and went, they're right, we weren't going to show that in the trailer. Get it done now. And let's go.
Didn't we release that episode after? It's irrelevant. It's a minor detail.
They emailed me and asked what was
on at the end, Tom. That's why it was at the end.
That's it. That's exactly it.
Google account got hacked. They saw the doc. All right.
Awesome. It was such a great, it just came out of nowhere, and it was like, oh wait, do you like old Tomb Raider? Well, here's some new Tomb Raider. And we're gonna, it's just. They've opened the door. I think with the Amazon series and Netflix series and everything, Tomb Raider's relevant again, needless to say.
Can we talk about the new design of Lara Croft for these games, by the way?
As long as you want.
In still pictures, I think she looks weird. But in motion, it might be the single best design of Lara Croft ever. She looks amazing, and I love it. I'm all in on this one. This was also my third choice, in case you couldn't tell. Cardinal has stolen 2 of my choices tonight, but we'll forgive him because
I know.
We like
Sorry, you had IndyCar in the bag there.
We like the guy.
Racing.
So it means that I can then pick one that was falling off my sort of radar, and I'm going to kind of lump these 3 in together Yeah, it's not cheating. I'm the host. I can do what I want, right?
Hang on. Before you say this, is there not one that's releasing in like February?
I mean, this is the one I didn't want to include this one because people would expect me to say it. You're talking about Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Of course, I was going to bring up Resident Evil 9 Requiem because it looks amazing. I cannot wait for it. I cannot wait to go back to Raccoon City as Leon and see what's happened after the nukes fell. It's going to be incredible.
September 30th, 1990. The day my life changed forever.
But people expect me to say that. I like keeping people surprised. No, the two I'm going to lump in two here, and they're the same genre, so I don't really have much to say about them, but they're both fighting games. One is 2XKO, which is coming to PlayStation and Xbox in January. And the other one is, of course, Marvel's Togon Fighting Souls, which I really enjoyed in the beta. I filled in this survey, and they sent a follow-up email. Not, it must be a mass thing. Thank you for filling in your survey. We will take on board all players' criticisms and try to balance the game as best as we can and make the game that everyone wants and deserves. So it's going to be great. Arc System Works just make darn good fighting games. This one's really good, and the license is just spectacular, and they're treating all these characters in a really unique way where they're Marvel characters but anime-esque. Like they're just, and it's just, I really enjoyed the mechanics of it. There's a lot going on in it, but there's a lot going on in every fighting game. And 2XKO is a game that has been out for about a year now on PC, and everyone who plays it raves about how good it is. And it's just really nice to see a new original fighting game, which is something that is desperately it's one genre that leans on the classic titles far too much. Your Mortal Kombats, your Street Fighters, your Tekkens, your Soul Calibers, your Virtua Fighters. That's really it. And there's not very often a original fighting game comes out and holds its own. 2XKO seems to be one of those ones, and you had Skullgirls and stuff like that. But no, they're the two I'm looking forward to. And of course, everyone expects me to say Resident Evil 9 Requiem. I'm day one on Resident Evil Requiem.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I think I'm intrigued about Resi. Since we're just going to talk about the honorable mentions now, they're doing this one first and third person.
Yes,
and I'd be intrigued to see how Leon's plays out in first person. Because like first person says how Capcom intends this game to be played.
No, that's not true.
Is it not?
No. So Capcom will give different sections this is what we recommend.
Oh, their preferred choice. Okay.
So I think what they're going to do here is Leon's more action-based gameplay is going to be, we recommend it's in third person, whereas the other side of the story
Grace Ashcroft stuff will be going to be
first.
The survival.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they said that when did they announce this? Was it Summer Games Fest? When they invited people in to see the trailer again,
it was around July time or so.
A bit more detail, and they said, there's different sections of this game where we will recommend the player a certain viewpoint. So I think they're going to recommend the Grace sections first person to heighten the horror, and Leon sections third person in order to make the action gameplay a wee bit easier for players to do. But you can play any part of the game at any of the two viewpoints at any time and switch between them at any time as well, apparently. It's really technically impressive.
Intriguing. Yeah, it's going to be really, really good to see how that pays off. Now, like Resi 9's I think it's going to be great. The trailers look amazing for it as well. The horror aspect of like the mansion, the asylum, or whatever it is, that setup looks great. How they tie Leon in and how they weave that plot is going to be interesting.
So I think it's going to be, I'm really looking forward to this game. I have reservations, and we'll get into those reservations in a second. I think the way it's going to work is I think it's not going to be set in one place. I think it's going to follow the Resident Evil 8 village setup where you go to different locations, and the different locations are self-contained puzzle boxes, kind of like Resident Evil 8 was anyway. But I think the Leon missions are going to be like Ada Wong, sort of those little missions in Resident Evil 4, where you're playing through the story simultaneously, but from different perspectives, different, same areas, but different areas within those. Does that make sense?
You're playing to, Leon A, Claire B at the same time, effectively.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what I think it's going to be. And then my only reservation about this game is they have previously tried this balancing act between horror and action, and with Revelations, and it's never really worked. And I'm really surprised they're going back to this well with it. Revelations 1 is fine. You know what? No, Resident Evil Revelations 1 is good for the Jill sections. Every other section you play in that game, woeful. And Resident Evil Revelations 2 changed it up slightly, where you had a passive character and a character that could attack. Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. I don't know how they're going to balance this. I really don't. I don't think there's a world where you can please every Resident Evil fan. And I think trying this is dangerous. But
the proof will be in the play and in February.
I've no doubt this is going to come out and review it. Like, I reckon it's going to get like 84 to 89 Metacritic overall. That's what I think.
Tune in on February 27, 2026 to find out.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. I'm really looking forward to it.
So good. It looks
I love Resident Evil.
Such a huge step up as well. But yeah, Resi 9, one of my big honorable mentions as well.
So we have 2XKO and so what is the name of the other one?
Tokon Fighting Souls.
Tokon, sorry.
Yeah.
Tokon Fighting Souls.
Looks so good. It looks great.
It's very good. The beta was very good. But yeah, that brings us to the end of this. Unless you want to have an honorable mention, Cardinal?
I just want to talk about PS5 releases, honorable mentions, or things that are coming.
Run us through the timeline. Run us through the full year. What are we expecting? Like, as opposed to the ones we've just sort of cherry picked. Then
here's a 10 that you may not look forward to. You've got Grand Theft Auto 6, obviously. You've got Resident Evil Requiem. Okay. Yep. You got Neo 3. Neo 3?
Neo 3, yeah.
Yeah. So you got Crimson Desert coming out in March.
That's right.
An open world action adventure with cinematic world building and quests. Saros, which is
Housemarque,
yeah, which is coming out in March. Is a spiritual successor to Returnal. 007 First Light, which Tomahawk mentioned. Nevergrave, The Witch and the Curse, which is a roguelike Metroidvania. Tomb Raider, Legacy Atlantis.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. And there's also Wolverine as well.
Wolverine,
yeah. Absolutely. Toxic Commando, which is a John Carpenter style shooter with over-the-top scenarios.
Which looks decent. And isn't Starship Troopers coming out next year as well?
There is. I did see a Starship Troopers. It kind of has given me... It's like a demake. It looks like a Helldiver, first-person Helldivers. Like, it looks like an old sort of Nintendo 64 shooter. That's the best way I can describe it. It looks great.
Yeah,
it looks like a good bit of fun.
This year stacked. This year is stacked. There's the issue of too many games, too many good games coming out too close to one another. There's going to be some massive sales failures here, gentlemen.
Yeah,
there really is.
I think everyone's scrambling now to get all their stuff in for October, pre-October time, basically, isn't it?
November, I think. I think it's November 17th or something like that. Which
shareholders won't be happy.
We're going to be spoiled as well between.
Yeah, but
and none of it matters because I'm just going to be sitting for years hyped for the release of Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic, which got announced and won't come out forever.
Yeah. But that's it. If we've learned one thing from this episode, 2026 is absolutely stacked full of hopefully top quality games, and hopefully we've picked a few there that you might have forgotten about, or even better, you did not know about, and you might have just found your new favorite game.
You're welcome, everybody.
You're welcome, everyone. And on
service.
On that bombshell, I think it's time to wrap up this episode. And that is it, gentlemen. Another episode all wrapped up. I like this episode. You know that? I like this wee tradition we have of this is the games we're looking forward to playing. I think what we should do with this one is I'm going to re-listen to previous years where we've picked games, and I'm going to tally up how many of these games we actually play. Because I can tell you right now, I think my batting average for 2025 was 0. I don't think I played a single game. I said, I can't wait for this game. I'd never played Monster Hunter Wilds, which was one I remember distinctly in this episode last year going, I am day one on this.
You played the demo or the beta or whatever it was. That was canon. Yeah, I think.
What is it with you playing demos, loving them, and never touching the game?
Touching them. I think I'm pretty much in the same boat. I think I have a failure rate of about 100% in my last season.
Yeah.
Tomahawk, take a look at your own screen right now. You have a Ben Star head over your microphone. Name me the game that you've played with Ben Star in it.
I declined to answer with an attorney present.
but yeah,
also, I'm glad to know we've been recording for 53 minutes. It's just ticked over now, and that's the first time Cardinal's mentioned it now, so I can only guarantee that that's when he's noticed.
So this might be a fun game to play. So anyone listening to this who was inspired last year or the year before to go, do you know what? I should make a list of the games I'm definitely going to play. What percentage of those games that you've made a list of have you played? Leave your answer in the comment. No context, just a percentage. And we'll play this game together. But yes, that is us. That is us. That is the conversation over, gentlemen. Let's just do some quick wee housekeeping, and then we'll let these fine people get on with their daily lives. So if you've been listening to us either just this is the first time or you've been listening to this for a while and you haven't given us a star rating on whatever platform you're listening to us on, please do that. 1 star to 5. Whatever you think we're worth, that's what we get. If you're watching us on YouTube and you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button. Hit that little bell thing so you get notifications when we upload a new episode. If you've give us those reviews, if you're subscribed, why not leave us a review, a written review, because it feeds algorithms and it tells Spotify and tells Apple and tells all these podcast platforms that more people should hear this. So we'll be entirely grateful. And if this 1 hour-ish episode isn't enough to fill your week with high scores, high stakes content, the best place to get as much content from us as you can is highscoreshighstakes.com. There you'll find every episode we have ever done with little mini reviews of every challenge game we have ever played. And with all of that being said, gentlemen, I have a couple more things to say, actually. If you want to support us, the easiest way to do it is hit that share button. Send this episode to a family member or a friend that you think will like it. And with all that being said, I no longer have anything to say, Cardinal, Tomahawk, except after Mr. Lava Lava. This has been High Scores, High Stakes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Monday. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye. Razzamele.